Milton Hall School community. Welcome back to Mrs Garrett's Growing Corner, and this morning I'm going to show you something you could do over your Easter holidays or when you've got a little bit of time. Hopefully we've all got some tomatoes. Now the weather's getting a bit warmer, we're having maybe some salads at home, and hopefully we've all got a tomato or a cherry tomato at home. So you can grow from a cherry tomato, because if I show you here, here's one I've cut open earlier. Inside the tomato, you will see all of these, maybe what we call pips normally, but these are actually seeds. So I'm actually going to show you how to grow just from a cherry tomato. Over here, I've got these little fibre pots. These I've got from Wilkinson's, Wilko, and they're quite cheap to buy. However, if you've got like a little yoghurt pot or any kind of pot at home, you can grow in those too. But today I'm going to use a peat pot. Peat pots are really good because when you go to plant it up, because when the plant gets bigger, it will need more room, you can just pop this in another pot and just put the soil around it. Because what the peat pot does is it actually breaks down and it composts and it actually feeds the soil. So these are really good if you can afford them, but if you can't, don't worry. Like I said, just use a yoghurt pot. You've had your yoghurt in the day before, clean it out and put some holes in the bottom. Ask an adult maybe to do that, and you can grow in that instead. Right, so it's very easy. You just get some soil. Maybe you've got some soil out in your garden. Lay some newspaper down so you don't make too much of a mess. And you're just going to put a little bit of soil, only a tiny weeny bit of soil, in the bottom of your pot, like so. You're then going to get half your cherry tomato and place it on top of the soil like so. And then you're going to get another little bit of soil and you're going to put it on top like this. Don't press it down too hard though. Right, so when we've filled up our pot, just get your thumb and gently press, gently, not too hard. And then what you're going to do, now what I would do, these are containers that you get mushrooms in and vegetables from the supermarket. Maybe find one of those to place it inside and then give it a good water. Because when you water a peat pot, it gets very wet and you'll have a little puddle out the bottom. And the same with your yoghurt pot. When you put some holes in the bottom and you water it, again, the water will come through. So you'll need to have something underneath it when you water it. Tips for germination. Now, germination basically means your seed starts to grow. And to germinate, basically the seed needs warmth initially. It needs warmth and it needs moisture. The moisture comes from you watering it, and obviously the heat comes from the sunshine. Now, it would be a good idea to find a really sunny window ledge to put that on. But if you haven't got a really sunny window ledge, I'm going to show you how to make something called a microclimate. Now, this is a sandwich bag. Hopefully your mum or somebody at home has got one of these, or a little plastic bag will do. And what you do is you place it inside like so, give it a really good water, and then gently, so that it's standing upwards, you then will tie this so there's no hole at all at the top, like so. This basically creates almost like a little greenhouse, its own personal little greenhouse. Now, what I mean by a microclimate is basically what happens where you've watered that plant and it gets warm, because this will keep the heat in. Where it gets warm, the water will evaporate. So that means it goes from a liquid to a water vapour. It will then rise and hit the bag. It will cool down and then it will turn to liquid again and it will drop from the bag back onto your pot. And you'll only have to check it every now and again to see if it needs any watering. And a word about watering: when you water your seed, water it thoroughly and then leave it for a couple of days. Keep checking the soil with your fingertip. If it becomes really dry, water it again, but don't otherwise. If you overwater a seed will start to rot and it won't grow. You've just got to get it exactly right with the watering. But if you create this microclimate, it will help you with that. Okay, happy growing everybody, and I'd really like to see how your progress is getting on. Either WhatsApp us or you can send your pictures also on Seesaw, and I'd really like to see those and keep us updated. Lovely, thank you very much and hope to see you next time. Thank you, bye-bye.